Hi, I'm Mike Allen.
I'm Henry Scarlato.
TJ Bohm.
Hi, I'm Jake Price.
And I'm Steve Lanos, and we chose 3189 Moonlight Drive, Charleston, South Carolina. Pictured here is some subject house photos from our subject property, including the kitchen, the bathroom, bedroom, living room, etc.
So here's a little timeline showing the sales history of the house. It was only actually sold one time, and that's indicated at the second point in the graph. And the third point is earlier this year it was relisted. And the fourth point is talking about there's a prospective buyer, and that is the current price that they're negotiating.
So our subject property is located in Charleston. Charleston has a small city atmosphere. It has a variety of attractions, a rich history, and Southern hospitality. It has a population of 136,000. It has a median value of occupied housing units of $308,100, which is higher than the national average. And it has a median household income of $64,599, which is also higher than the national average.
Yeah, so we chose 6 comparable properties, and as you can see from this map, they're all close together. And what we're looking for in a comparable property is similar features like the garage, similar amenities on the interior, similar amount of bedrooms and baths, and all that, similar lot size. And the next slide shows all the pictures of the 6 comparable houses, and as you can see, they look very similar to the subject property.
So here we first started with the sales comparison approach, looking at the different in-house features of the comparables compared to the subject property, including bed, bath, garage, etc. So we made the necessary adjustments based on the differences between the comparables. One thing to note is that all the comparables in the subject property had the same garage size, so there was no adjustment. On our final adjusted sales price, we've decided to take it a step further and apply a specific weight based on the level of similarity of each comparables. So for example, comparable 1 and 4, they were built in 1972 and 1993, so they're a lot older than the subject property. So we decided to give that the lowest weight of 10%.
And then we did the cost approach, and with the cost approach, we wanted to start off by estimating the replication cost or replacement cost. And so as you can see on the right is the data for the estimation of the price. And then after that, we wanted to subtract the accrued depreciation from the property, which we assumed a 100-year useful life. So the depreciation came out to be $35,938.6. And then that gives us $323,402.4. And then we added the estimated value of the land, which we calculated by getting the per square foot price of land in the area. And then we multiplied that by the lot size of our subject property and add that on, which gives us a total of $348,438.78.
So the income approach has 2 main methods, direct capitalization and the discounted cash flow method. First, we did the direct capitalization method because it's more straightforward. And we had to make some assumptions for this method, and we found some statistics from the 2017 Census American Community Survey. And we started off with the Charleston, South Carolina average monthly rent of $1,095, times that by 12 to get the potential gross income of $13,140. We then subtracted the vacancy rate and the collection costs, which we found to be $902. We assumed there would be no miscellaneous income, which led us to effective gross income of $12,237. And after subtracting the operating expenses and the capital expenditures, we ended up getting a net operating income for year 1 of $10,237.28. Using that value, we divided it by the cap rate of 6.4% for Charleston County to get us an estimated value of $159,957.50. Then we did the discounted cash flow method. Using the net operating income we found from the last method of $10,237, we assumed that was constant for the whole holding period of 10 years. And then since we're finding a present value of these future cash flows, we needed a discount rate And we found this by pooling together the top 4 APRs for 30-year fixed mortgage loan in the same county and around the same price. Using that, we got a discount rate of 3.675%. And then we needed to find the estimated selling price in year 10, which is found by taking the net operating income in year 11 divided by the going out cap rate. And once we present valued all these cash flows, we got a net present value for the property of $195,890.
So for the reconciliation of market value estimates, using these 3 approaches, we felt it was necessary to weigh them based on the relevance to our specific subject property. So due to the residential nature of our subject property, we felt it was most applicable to use the sales comparison. So we weighted that at 70%. And then because there's very little income related to these properties, we decided to give that the least amount of weight. So we allocated 5% per method of the income approach, and then we applied the remaining 20% to the cost approach, which gave us a final reconciled market value of $326,318.80.
So our appraisal had some strengths and weaknesses. Some of the strengths were using weights in our sales comparison helped give the more similar comparable properties a higher percentage in the indicated opinion of value. Our estimated replacement cost was very close to what was listed on Zillow. Most of the comparables were built within 2 years of the subject property, so they were all constructed similarly. In the discounted cash flow method, the estimated selling price in year 10 was the same as the market value in year 0, when realistically that would not be the case. Using outdated information from past years when the current real estate market is being severely affected from the coronavirus. And the first comparable's lot size was much larger than the subject properties or the other 5 comparables. This could cause some misleading calculations.
So the final portion of this project was to do an analysis about COVID-19 and talk about its impacts. So the biggest challenge we're facing is we still don't really know much about the virus. We don't know how long we're going to be in quarantine. There's a lot of unknown variables at play. This is causing people to become really nervous and like pull their money out of the stock market. And on top of it, all non-essential businesses have to close. So a lot of people are losing their jobs right now. Similarly to 2007, the unemployment rate is spiking. It was 10.1% then, and it's 4.4% now, which doesn't seem high, but after an all-time low earlier in the year, 4.4% actually is a really large number. And the Dow, it fell over 7,000 points in 2007 and has already fallen over 3,000 points here. So to kind of combat this, the government just passed the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economy Security Act. And it shows the specifics down below about how, but it's basically just a big stimulus package that the government's giving out to everybody to try to keep things as normal as possible, even though the virus is going around. And there's also a 60-day suspension on foreclosures or evictions, and you can get up to 12-month reduction or suspension in your mortgage payments if you're struggling due to the coronavirus pandemic. Thank you for listening.